Peace. Assalamu alaikum. Hope to the grand rising. Praise God. What's up? What's happening? Or whatever it is that you ascribe to. It's early in the morning. Everybody in the house sleep. So I'm about to take advantage of this time with no interruption. I'm gonna record probably about 4 or 5 videos that I can upload. So in this video, I'm talking about how important it is to observe in prison, especially if you're new. At first, especially if you just not coming to the penitentiary. And shout out to at Benny B. He commented this morning and asked me to elaborate. So immediately I'm about to do that for him. And Benny B, if you listen, I appreciate the support, brother. I got a lot of things in the making. I hope you stay tuned in and stay supporting your boy. So boom. Say he be out now. So it's very important that you be observant in prison. That's for anybody, but especially if you're new, because you have a lot of factors that you have to keep in mind. For one, everybody have an angle. Everybody in prison is in there for something. Not everybody are criminals, but you gotta be weary of those too, because you got a lot of people in prison. You know, you got some people in prison that really didn't do what they said that they did, like they really innocent. But you have to also keep in mind that even though you may be innocent and you may be in there for something that you didn't do, but it's still a reason why you in there, and it's on you to tap into that reason and figure it out so you can move on to the next phase of your life. So it's important for you to be observant. It's a lot of factors. For one, everybody got an angle. For two, everybody is a criminal. For three, you want to make it out of there alive. That's just naming 3. So I'm going to give you an example of why it's important to be observant. So it was this one young cat that came to prison. He was GD. He was a part of the organization. And, you know, he was one of the ones that he really believed in the concepts. Now, for those who don't know, GD, Vice Lord Stone, Black Disciples, Folk Corner Hustlers, and a few others, you know, it's concepts and laws and guidelines and policies that you're supposed to live by. And they very positive. So he one of the guys that really believed in the laws, the guidelines, and policies of the organization. And the main thing that's stressed in the policy is love. But in prison, ain't no such thing as love. You can't show love. So he really believed in showing love to the brothers. You know what I mean? But he wasn't observant and he wasn't aware of his environment. There is no honor amongst thieves. Now, even though you have policies and concepts in the organization, most people use that as leverage. Most people use that information to get themselves out of certain situations because they call the concept, they call it lit, they call it literature. And you have to be able to speak that lingo when you in a situation, when you putting one of your brothers in a violation, or or if they putting you in violation, you can spit them laws and you can spit them laws and policies, and you can get yourself out of the violation, right? So that's really all it's for. It's information you can use to get yourself out of a situation, or it's information you can use to get what you want. It's really manipulation at the end of the day. So he really believing in these concepts, and I don't knock him for it, because, for example, me myself, when I first became a part of it and reading, the concepts in the literature, it helped me grow. Like, I wouldn't be the man that I am today had it not been for that concept in that literature, because it really helps you grow if you tap into it and you really live by it. So he was one of the ones that was trying to tap into it and really living by it, but in this environment, it's impossible. You can't do it. You gotta keep that to yourself and wait till you go home and then you apply it, right? So he really wasn't observing like everybody was using him, because they see that he really believe in, loving the brothers. And what happened was, he was getting every store call. His family was coming to visit him. And so people in prison, when they see that, you are prey to them. So every time he getting stole, the brothers coming around, they cooking, they eating, they making pieces. They eating big bowls of noodles with the hookup. And for those who don't know what the hookup is, that's the noodles, the onions, the peppers, the cheese, the summer sausages. You put it in, it's just the hookup. And so when he not paying attention that they really not loving on you, they really using you for what you got. All right, I'm back. I had to switch it up. I had to come outside because I just didn't want to talk all low, and I can't portray my full energy or force my full energy so y'all can get the full effect of what I'm saying and how I'm saying it. So I just feel like, when you trying to be quiet and try not to wake nobody up, I have to tiptoe around what I'm trying to say. So I gotta get the full effect. So that's just one example of why you have to be observant, especially when you're new to prison. Another thing is you don't want to get put in that trick bag. And if you don't know what the trick bag is, well, they say the trick bag on the streets too. But, prison is a whole nother word. So if you don't want to get put in that trick bag, you got to be observant about who you dealing with and how you dealing with them, because you don't want nobody to have nothing over your head or have no dirt on you to the point where they can get something done to you. So they put you in the trick bag where you can be they flunky, and being they flunky is you can, you have to wash their clothes, or, run all the errands for them, or be they punching bag. It's different things like that you got to be aware of. And, just being on your P's and Q's. And then another example of the trick bag is, if they got something over you, or they got some dirt on you, that can force you to crash out. You know what I mean? Because me, I'm the type of person, I don't portray to be no tough guy, but I know I ain't no coward either. I don't care what you got over me. You're not finna use that to have me at your big and wheel. So I'm gonna crash out. So that's another definition of the trick bag. You crash out, you end up getting more time than what you had when you came in there, or you end up getting hurt or unalived. And you know what I mean when I say unalived. So you just got to be aware overall of what's going on. You have to be observant of what's going on. Like, you got to be paying attention. Like, you could be playing chess or something, but you still have to be aware of what's going on, because anything can pop off. So you got to know how people move. You got to know what actions to look for to know that it's somebody about to fight, or two oppositions, that it's something going on with, anything might pop off. And especially if you affiliated and you don't have that jacket on your back, or you don't have that STG on your back, because if you affiliated and you got guys on his own that probably been there for a while, they probably got a life sentence, and they affiliated, they got the STG. That means anything that go on, them folks come to get them, and they know where they going. So you don't want to, if you affiliated, you don't want to be caught up with them guys, because they see you with them guys, then you automatically guilty by association. So, that's another reason you got to be observant. And you got to be observant of the perverts. You don't want nobody balling on you. And I know you don't know what I'm talking about. On the streets, balling is when you're having money and, you know what I mean? You're having the girls, you popping bottles in the club. But balling in prison, in Mississippi, I don't know where it is. I don't know what it is anywhere else. But balling in prison is guys, choking the chicken. And you got some perverts that'll be in the shower choking the chicken, watching you. So you got to be aware of that. And if you see that, and you know what I mean, that's a form of disrespect. You got to go handle your business. Like, it was an incident, and I'm gonna tell that story where me and the dude got to fighting, and me and the dude got to fighting because he was choking the chicken. He wasn't looking at me doing it. It's just the fact that I was in the shower while he was in the shower, and he was looking at a female. He was looking at a female nurse, and he was choking the chicken, and I felt disrespected. And when we got out the shower, I ain't say nothing to nobody. No, I'm gonna hold that for that story. If you want me to tell that story, I want y'all to comment. Tell the story when you and the dude. No, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The dude knocked me out, so I want y'all to comment. Tell the story of where you got knocked out in prison. All right, so you got to be aware of the perverts, because you got some people that you got some guys in there. They'll get you in a situation if you weak like that, and they will rape you. Now, I never seen nobody get raped in prison, but I have stopped it. And now you can go look on my page and go to where I was talking about this guy named Hercules. The title of the video is Hercules. They're trying to, I didn't say the word rape. I didn't say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. So go check that video. This guy Hercules, big old dude, he tried to do it to a little dude, and I stepped in. But go check that story out. So you got to be observant. You got to know who the perverts is. And you also got to be aware of the officers, because the officers, you got some officers that's plugged in with the gangs and the organization, and they getting paid. 9 times out of 10, a prison is in a small town where ain't no money, and the best thing going is the prisons. So, they get plugged in with the organization, and the organization had them doing all kind of stuff. And them officers can get your cell unlocked, and have another gang member to come in your cell and unlive you and stab you up. So you got to be aware of that too. And you have to be observant of your cleanliness, especially in the shower and on the toilet. Because again, in the shower, you got guys that be balling, choking the chicken. So you don't want to step all in that. So you gotta, and then you don't want to catch staph infection. So you gotta make sure, like when you going to take a shower, or when you get ready to use the bathroom and sit on the toilet, you gotta make sure you have the chemicals to clean that stuff off, because you can get sick or anything. So that's another reason you gotta be observant. And you got to know who the good dudes is. Now, I said once before that ain't nobody in that good. Everybody got an angle. But you got some guys like me, myself, for example. You know what I mean? I'm a good dude, but I know where I am. So I'm not just going to automatically let you know I'm a good dude, because I don't know what you want. But example of a good dude is a good dude that might give you some sound advice, try to keep you out of trouble. And it's someone you can trust to give your contact information to, just in case something happened to you. They can contact your family and make them aware of it. Because you got to know who the good dudes is, because you don't want just know anybody with your family information, because it'd be some real life it's some real life cons, and they run games. I'm talking about, I done seen it all. They run games. They'll run game on your family to get them to send them stuff, having them thinking they use all kind of games going on.